Hello and welcome to another outdoor shave. I'm Tobin, and today I'm back up the Thurston Trail. That's what we call it. It's a hill or a mountain, depending on where you're from. Only a few miles from our house. My first outdoor shave was done at this exact location. I've returned to the exact same spot where I did my first outdoor shave with my F-Bombs shave stick and my Shadow razor from Shave It. The tree that I'm hanging from, they've broken over a few winters ago at some time. We thought they were dead when we came here last, but actually they're not. You can see the new growth coming off of them. They are very much alive. Here's my setup. I'll be using the King Seed Gillette blades, my Mergress, my Lil Brudder. Again, I have with me my holsters from Old Fart Mike on Instagram, and heard today that the Enigma Machine was finally back. I don't have the soap for it, but I still have the original splash. My soap today is Asylum Levante, and we'll get into that in a minute as well. Alright, let's get the shave underway. I'll attach a couple of pictures of my MacGyver hanging zip tie dealio there. Today I'm using triple milled soap. It is a Bold Goose exclusive. Asylum Shave Works, made in Spain, triple milled. I'm not going to bloom it. And I brought with me one of my smallest, softest synthetic fibers to show you that you don't need a stiff brush either. This stuff explodes off the brush. I'm just going to wet the brush and then I'll hit it. Give me 1 second to wet the brush. I have used this soap for 4 shaves, and then I played with it twice. And just by doing what I did with the wet brush and coming onto this dry soap here, as you can see, it's already exploding. It really does, like on the sales page, it says lathers like a champ, and it does. It's full of shea butter, so it's extremely moisturizing. The post-shave feel from this stuff alone is fantastic. Look at that already. It's just, I was about to show it to my mirror there. Excuse me. So we're up here up the Thurston Trail. Bold Goose Shaving is one of my favorite shops. Phil is a total gentleman and an ultimate professional. I first met Phil close to 3 years ago now. I went to him wanting a Mergress. Let me pause this real quick. I was eating some pork rinds and it's kind of kicking my butt. And so it's probably about as loaded as I'm going to get it. I met him when I first went looking for a shave brush, and I always knew of him in his store because of the Shave Nook, which he's always been very active with. Got my bowl here today, using it as a brush holder, just as a cup. Grab what everybody calls, or some people call, proto lather. I just call it free pre-shave. Oh. Now I'm distinguished. All right. This soap is an homage to a lost classic. I'm going to slaughter the pronunciation, even though I looked it up and I tried to do it right. It's spelled M-Y, I'll put it on the screen, M-Y-R-U-R-G-I-A. It's Spanish. Companies in Spain that made the soap. The company that made the original fragrance that this is an inspiration or homage to, Majuria. How do you say it? Majuria. My wife struggled with it too. She was saying it better at the house when I was practicing it. But it's Spanish, and the name of the soap is Levante, and Levante means east, and that's actually what people in Spain often refer to as the eastern coast, the eastern part of the peninsula that meets up with the Mediterranean is the Levante. Levant meaning east. I'm probably not saying that correct either. Levant. I think the E is kind of silent. Look at all that. We'll get this on the face. Get her going. The word Majuria means the art of perfume, and then what I read too is that there's kind of a thing that the grandson said that it also could mean perfume industry or perfume factory. So translated to English, I like art of perfume. So that's what the name of the company that makes 35, I believe I read, about 40 different perfumes they're still making. This particular fragrance is done after their 1916. That's what it's called, and that's because the company was originally founded in 1916. They released it in 1982 as a tribute to their origins. You see that? Glorious. Beautiful lather. The notes in 1916 and the notes in this Levante are rosemary, bergamot. Oh, I should have wrote it down. Bergamot. My bad. I'll put it right here. But it's bergamot and rosemary, and one of the other ones is lemon or lime, and I feel like I'm forgetting another one. If it comes to me, I'll squirrel it out. My first time ever directly interacting with Phil was when I was asking him questions about the Mergress. I actually called the number that's on the website, and Phil, who's the owner, answered. Got this on 3.5. Well, I will have it on 3.5. It's loaded with the King C Gillette. My Hamburg hat, I'll talk about that in a second. I'm trying to use the phone there. I got my mirror right here. And so my first one-on-one interaction with Phil is when I called him asking him about this razor. And I was immediately impressed with his customer service over the phone. Immediately knew that I could buy with confidence. The Mergress is a Bull Goose exclusive made by Eric Mayer. He started doing this in 2006. Not only do you get the knob instead of the Bakelite knob that really never fit this razor, in my opinion, not aesthetically, but he also retools it, and I had a Progress and actually sold it, and I put them together in head-to-head shaves. And the tolerances on the Mergress are far superior to that of the Progress. Over the last 16 years, Eric's definitely got it dialed down. I don't know if he's always had it dialed down like that, but it is. The Mergress is superior. I'm getting dry here already. A superior razor to the Progress when it comes to tolerances. And then, in my opinion, aesthetics. I love the feedback that you get from the Progress. The Mergress is no different. Got my water bottle. Today, I forgot my one little piece. My tripod is two pieces. You have the tripod itself, and then you have this swiveling camera mount thing. And if you've seen my pictures on Instagram, you saw that I was setting up a shaved in. In between doing that and getting everything together, I left it and my Leatherman that I normally bring with me sitting on the dresser. Add a little water here. This is a vegan soap. It doesn't act like a vegan soap. Made by a small company in Spain, like I was saying a minute ago, exclusively for Bull Goose. Bull Goose. I love that name. I love his logo. I've always thought it was so cool. And I overdid it with the water, but that's alright because this stuff will soak it up. I was undecided which splash I was going to do. I was going to bring one particular splash. I'll save it for my next shave, because this morning when I woke up I saw that the Enigma machine was back, and I've been holding on to the splash. You know, I like to match, and so if you've seen my previous videos, you know that I like to match. All the fragrances are slightly different than one another. I think that this Enigma Machine and the Levante are going to go together perfectly. My hat. But I got this in the mail yesterday. Old Fart Mike. He was the gentleman that made my holsters there that I was showing a minute ago. He and I have sent things back and forth. And yesterday I received an awesome surprise late birthday gift. This hat he knows I have on my bucket list, Germany. I studied German in high school in the 90s, early 90s, and I was going to go to Germany as an exchange student, but then the Berlin Wall fell, and 89 I think it was. I'll put the correction right up here, but there was still all kinds of course, political turmoil and things that were going on in 91 and 92, which is when I would have been there. And during that time, they had to put a complete end, the United States government had put a complete end to the exchange program. It's of course since reopened and kids are going over there again, but I lost that opportunity, which is probably for the best. I needed my mama. Yeah. In the beginning of the intro of my video, you saw that I have all these blades with me. Thanks, Mike. I'm totally squirreling out here today. I know I've already thanked you, but thank you for the gifts. Blades. Blades. Talk about those real quick. So I brought with me King C Gillette, Gillette Platinum, and Gillette Silver Blue, and I'll attach these to the four corners. I do have the King C Gillette in my Mergress today, which is one of my absolute all-time favorite razors. This soap has a nice mild fragrance to it, but from the rosemary you kind of get a piney earthiness to it. And then the bergamot, lemon or lime, damn it. I tried to memorize the notes coming out here. But it's nice, mild, it does linger and it stays with you. And it plays really well with a lot of fragrances. And with the wild strawberry, the Fragaria that's in the Enigma Machine, and the oud, and the benzoin, and the labdanum, I really think these two are going to pair together beautifully. And I did check with Douglas, and I have plenty of time to grab the soap, because that's something I never picked up back in the day. Was the soap. I just grabbed the splash thinking I had more time. We always think we have more time, right? Not just with soap, but with everything. And unfortunately we don't. But for some reason, I always think I do. The blades, I first heard from Matt Pisarcik of Razor Emporium that the King C Gillettes were the same as the Gillette Platinum. And I took him at his word. That got me to wondering, he was referring to, I believe, I haven't asked Matt, I believe he's referring to these ones, that the King C Gillette and that Platinum are the same blade. And I got to thinking as I started doing these videos a couple weeks ago, I think it was when we were on vacation, maybe last week, I was thinking about it and wondering about the blue box of the Gillette Platinum and if it was the same. I assumed it was. And a lot of these blade companies, they like to play games with marketing. That's really what it comes down to. Like I've talked about before, is it's marketing. The packages is marketing, and what sells as Big Ben in one country sells as a shark in another country. Everybody plays these games, not just Lord, although I think Lord is the best at it. The repackaging, rebranding. And I'd already known the difference with the silver blue. So the Gillette Silver Blue and the Gillette Platinum are the exact same blade. Where the difference is in the coating. I'm drying off my razor here. Third pass. The Silver Blue blade has PTFE, Teflon. And the Gillette Platinum, I'm sure you can guess what its primary coating is. So the Silver Blue and the Gillette Platinum are the same blade. The exception being is the coating. I love this hat, Mike. I'm gonna wear it till it falls apart. Thanks to the digital age, I emailed Gillette while on vacation. One for myself, because I always just like to know these kind of things. But two, for the purposes that it's serving now. And I asked them about all the blades that I just showed you, and they confirmed. That's Miss Luna there. See if I can get her with my Jimmy rig. Don't fall apart. Nope. Come back. Now you're crooked. Don't go sideways on me there. Don't do that again. So they confirmed what I already knew about the Silver Blues, or what I'd already heard. That they're the same blade as the Platinum. And they confirmed as well what Matt Pisarcik had already told me, or told the world, in a couple of his videos. I believe he's talked about it a couple of times, that the Gillette Platinum and the King C Gillette are indeed the same blade. The blue box of Platinum and this box of Platinum is the same blade as well. This is just their updated box that they did. This style has been around since I believe the early 90s. I'd have to double check. I'll put that up there. But this blade here has actually had a couple of really cool packages going back to the 70s that I have in my collection. Exact same blade. So technically speaking, all four of these blades that I brought with me today are the same blade. Different packaging. The Silver Blue has PTFE. And the Platinum is, of course, Platinum. and that was from an email with Gillette. I originally started out with a phone call. That phone call, I called their 1-800 number. That person didn't have an answer for me, but he suggested that I send it as an email, and, you know, yada yada. And so that's exactly what I did. So if you are paying $10 at Walgreens or CVS or some of these websites for a King C Gillette, you're paying way too much. I buy my blades in bulk because of my eBay, and I get these for around $12, sometimes $1 or so more. I try and pay about 10 bucks. So I pay $10 is the goal for 100, or you can pay $10 for 10. I do like the packaging on the King C Gillette, but I don't know if it's worth paying like 1,000 times more. And I do like the laser etching on the King C Gillette. That's a good looking blade. I'll have to attach a picture of that for those who maybe haven't seen it. Do a couple of quick cleanups here. I am going to turn it up to a 4. The Mergress is Progress 2, is numbered 1 through 5, but it can actually go all the way up to 14 before the head becomes loose. And about 13.5 it starts to. 14 is like where it's just too much, the tolerances are way off, but you can easily go up to 13 on this. Doing my cleanups on 4. The Mergress, you can get 3 or 4 different types now. There's the bling that's been around for a while, and that one, instead of having a black little dot, has 5 different crystals on it, and it looks really cool. Not necessarily my style, but super awesome. A little too blingy, a little too flashy for a... You guys see my shirt today? Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? A little too blingy for me, but one thing I do like is the Miz bling. Let's step over here to the side a little bit for this cleanup. And it has 5 pink Swarovski crystals in it. Remember right now, the wind's blowing around my mirror. Then there's the XL, and the XL basically just has a much larger knob on it, making it longer. So if you want a longer razor, I'll add the dimensions and stuff and pictures of these razors. Before I upload it. This soap is fantastic. The glide, the cushion, the post shave from all the shea butter. I mean, it's full of shea butter. Shave with shea butter. Never tried that. I have some refined shea butter at home. It's a 100-gram puck that you get, which is just over 3.5 ounces. It's only $18, and it's going to last forever. It's triple milled, and is a banger of a fragrance. The bowl doesn't come with it. That's an extra $18, but for $36, you can get this natural black wood bowl with a 100-gram puck that's already gotten stuck in there from me using it. Bull goose only. Don't need to bloom it. Let me grab my rag. Out here in the woods, do a lot of things differently. One of the things I do different, no water. Maybe this summer when it gets warm. Today it's only about 53. My wife just went for a walk. They're over there. She's so beautiful. I'm not sure if I got her in the view or not. 20 years with that woman. Still gets to me. There we go. So at home I'd be using water, rinsing out my beard. Out here I keep it simple. Perfect. So Enigma Machine's been gone for a while, and I'm so happy that it's back. My aim is to grab the EDT, maybe even the solid. I think he did a cube this time too. I'm due to buy some new cubes. Picked up Stirling's pre-shave for the first time and give that a go. So the top note is Fragaria, which is what we call here in Western Oregon wild strawberries. There's all kinds of names for it, from Alpine to, I have a hard time because I can't really set it down, Alpine, a bunch of other names, Evergreen, but they're wild and you can't buy them commercially. They're delicious, and from the wild strawberry you get this rich, earthy, floral sweetness to it. It's a banger. My wife had forgotten about this one because I don't use it very often. I've been trying to be conservative with it. Now that it's back, I'm gonna bathe in it. And then you get the labdanum, the benzoin, and the oud wood, and they all come together perfectly. It's not overly sweet. There's a sweetness to it, but in the dry down, don't get me wrong, the top, it's perfect, but in the dry down, this stuff really shines. I love it. If you've never tried it, you've got to pick this up. And while you're buying new gear, get some Levante, and you can thank me in the comments. Oh, almost forgot. I talked with Phil. I mentioned this at the end of the video. This is actually a giveaway video. Phil, we're gonna do, type in the comments below, bull goose. That's all you gotta do. Subscribe to my eBay. No, you can do that. I always appreciate more followers on eBay. Subscribe to my MeTube and type in the comments bull goose, and you will be entered to win a puck of Levante, and I'll attach a picture of the puck. I didn't ask him about the bull. I just asked him if he would do a puck, and he said he would do a puck. So courtesy of Phil, the owner of Bull Goose. Type in Bull Goose in the comments. Subscribe to my channel. And Phil will mail you, the winner, a puck of soap. And since it's just, hi Luna. And since it's just the soap, everyone, it's open to everyone, overseas, wherever. He didn't lay any exclusions down on anything like that. So, thanks for joining me out here in the woods for Asylum Shave Works Levante, which the base on this is different than the Flying Mango and is different than the Royal Fougere. And the Flying Mango is actually made by a company in Italy, as to where this one's made in Spain. Can't recall where the Fougere, the Royal, was made. Enigma Machine. Yes, I'm an Enigma, and this stuff is freaking BA out of this damn world. Right, Luna? Yep. Speak? Can you speak? No? Whatever. She's speechless. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, take care.